everybody, Chad here. Another episode of Law of Attraction Secrets. In this episode, we're going to talk about the real secret behind the Law of Attraction. The real meat and potatoes of manifesting what you want, or why or not it's not really working. What's the real secret? So, that being said, if you like this video, like it below, share it, subscribe, and let's get rocking and rolling. So, what's the real secret behind Law of Attraction? What's the real secret? What's the meat and potatoes? What's like one thing, if you had to say, okay, Chad, give me one thing to work on, one thing to work on with the Law of Attraction, what would it be? So in this video, we're going to talk about that one thing. So when we think about Law of Attraction, when you think about, let's do a little review before we get to that one thing, okay? Because I don't know how much you keep up with me. I don't know how much you know. So one of the things is you have to focus on one thing at a time, one intention at a time, okay? You bring all your thought to that one intention. Makes sense? You don't focus on 10 things that you want. You focus on one thing at a time. That way your energy is not dispersed between 10 different things. You're focused. You're focused on one thing. Okay, that's the first step. Knowing what you want, focusing on that one thing, okay? Once you get past that step, then it becomes more of a routine where you want to kind of condition your subconscious mind. How can we influence our subconscious mind? That's what we talk a lot about, having a bedtime routine and a morning routine where when you go to bed at night, you're imagining the end result. You're imagining that you've already accomplished what you desire, what your attention is. Okay, and you put yourself in deep imagination, as real as you can do it, okay? You'll get better over time. In the beginning, you may suck, but if you keep to it, you'll get better over time. So the reason why you do this in the nighttime, in the morning, because you're at a sleepy state, okay? Remember, during the day when we're awake, our conscious mind is more awake than our subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind is awake, of course, because of the body processes and all that stuff runs subconsciously. We don't have to think about it. But, our reasoning mind, is more influential over our subconscious mind during the day. When we're sleepy, that's when our subconscious mind takes over. That's why a lot of these exercises they say to do in a sleepy state, usually bedtime, or right when you wake up in the morning, you're still in that sleepy state. Okay, now that's the basics to a Law of Attraction, okay? Now it does get more nitty gritty. Okay, but now let's go to what's one thing that can kind of make and break it? What's one thing that would speed up the process? And I don't want to promise it speeds up the process, but from studying this for years and even studying old school, I've heard it said over and over and over again, what I'm going to share with you with really old school Law of Attraction, going back to the early 1900s. And let me share it with you. What's one thing you need to focus on? One thing you need to focus on is certainty. That's the key to the Law of Attraction. That's the real secret with the Law of Attraction, is certainty. What do I mean by certainty? I mean, you truly believe it's going to happen. You're truly certain it's going to happen. No matter what you want, no matter what your goal is, once you put your attention to it, you're certain it's already done. Okay? It's already done in your imagination. You're just waiting for it to manifest in real life, okay? But you're certain it's going to be done. When you go to bed at night, when you do your bedtime routine, when you go to bed, that's the secret. That's the key here, is you're certain it's already done. When you go to bed, you're completely 100% certain it's done. You're certain you're already in that state. You've already achieved it. Makes sense? So now remember, our power with Law of Attraction, our power can be used for ourselves and can be used for other people. Bring good and positive things in other people's life as well. Not just our life being selfish. This is what I want. But it also can be used for other people. And I talk about that in other videos. But one of the things I want to bring up about certainty is, that's really the core belief. You truly believe it's going to happen. You truly believe that you don't have to repeat your affirmations 1,000 times. The reason why you have to do that is because really you don't truly believe. A lot of times I'm old school. When I read old school texts on law of attraction, most of the time they say that if you truly believe, you're truly certain you're going to get what you want, you would have one affirmation you say at one time, you let go and let God, because you're so certain it's going to manifest that you don't need to repeat it over and over and over and over and over again. Okay. One of the things let's kind of link back to the Bible, and this isn't going to be a religious talk or anything. This is more of a spiritual talk. Is that when you look at Jesus and his life, when he healed people, okay, he was certain that he could do it. He believed to his core he could do it. Okay, he didn't repeat 100 times if he can heal somebody. He didn't repeat 100 times if he can cast out the devil from a person. He didn't repeat it 100 times. Oh God, can he really do this? He did it one time. He was so certain in his belief to his core, he could do it. Okay. Then once he did it, he walked away from it. But he was so certain when he walked away from it, it was going to happen for that other person. Because Jesus didn't bring prosperity in his own life. He came to bring prosperity in other people's lives. Okay. So that being said, that's the real secret here. Okay. That's why, this is a process. You have to hang in there, like Neville Goddard says, you have to hang in, you have to be committed till the end. Now, once you start this process, once you put your attention to, you don't give up. You don't quit. You stay committed to the end until you achieve what you want to achieve. Okay? Because once you achieve what you want to achieve, you get more certain, you get more belief into your next intention, into your next goal. Makes sense? You start believing that this stuff is really true. Okay? But I think this is an area too, our belief is kind of what holds us back. Our belief is what kind of maybe it takes it a little bit longer to happen because we're just not so certain about it. Makes sense? And that's really kind of even what I'm working on, is that, you have to be so certain. You have to, even during the day, once you do your affirmation, once you state your intention, you're so certain it's going to happen. When you're so certain, it's easy to move on. When you're so certain it's going to happen, it's easy to move on and focus on work and focus on other things, hang out with friends, or you're not constantly thinking about it because you're just so certain it's going to happen. Then when you think about it, okay, when you do think about it, when it does come to your mind, it's already done. You're already living in that state. Makes sense? Then when you go to bed at night, you're already living in that state. Okay, when you're imagining, you're already there. Okay, it's certainty, it's belief. It's just you're certain to your core that it's going to happen. Okay, that's what we have to work on. We have to work on our belief. Okay, and this is one part, and I know I said this, and I'll say it again, that even the old school law of attractionist. They didn't call it really law of attraction back then, but even old school is my phone beeped. It's about certainty. Even they said that the more certain you are, speeds up the process. The more you believe, speeds up the process. Now, I don't know if it's true because we don't really know. You know what I mean? But every depending upon what you want for another person, once you have that intention, you plant that seed, and that seed germinates. That seed's going to blossom 100%. You just have to be certain and believe it's going to happen. But other than that, my friends, that's it, and I'll see you in the next video. Hang in there, believe, stay certain it's going to happen, and it will.